Hi everybody, this is Professor Quine. Before beginning this webinar, I wanted to make sure everybody understood the meaning of IE and EG. Both of them are abbreviations of longer Latin terms, phrases. IE is the abbreviation for id est, which means that is. EG is the abbreviation for the Latin exempla gratia, for the sake of example, meaning for example, the shorthand on that. So I just wanted to make sure you understood those two before we got started with the webinar, which is about the independent clause. Some people refer to the independent clause as the simple sentence. I kind of make a distinction there. I think the simple sentence is a type of independent clause, but the independent clause is a little bit more sophisticated. The simple sentence consists of a subject and a verb and some meaningful end mark of punctuation, usually a period, sometimes an exclamation point, rarely, but yes, sometimes a question mark. So that's a simple sentence. So down here I've written a simple sentence for you. Sam bakes, right? Sam is the subject, bakes is the verb, ends in a mark of punctuation. It forms a complete thought, the whole bit, okay? Now, an independent clause also consists of that simple sentence structure, the subject plus verb and some meaningful end mark of punctuation. It stands on its own, it forms a complete thought, i.e., meaning that is, it's not a fragment, right? An independent clause cannot be a fragment. All right, so it's sort of like a simple sentence, except it's a bit more sophisticated. That's my way of referring to an independent clause. It will look something like this. Now compare Sam bakes to what I've written here. Sam and Sarah and Tim and John bake cakes and cookies and pies in the afternoons and on weekends. That's still one sentence, right? What's the subject? Well, we have a series of subjects. If you don't know what a series is, go back and look at the other webinars, okay? We have a series of subjects, and I've just underlined all of my subjects, and I have a verb bake, right? I have one verb, okay? And then I have other things in this sentence, like I'll give you an example here. Prepositional phrase right here. I have a compound prepositional phrase. If you don't know what that's all about, go watch that webinar. Okay, so on and so forth. You see how I built on Sam Bakes? I added other names, I added other information, some prepositional phrases. One thing I'll point out is probably I would not use all of those ands. What I would do is, and you know this, I will probably replace some of those ands with commas, and I will most definitely use the Oxford comma right there because these are coordinates. If you don't know what all those terms mean, go back and watch the webinars, okay? Because I covered all of that in other webinars. Alrighty. So anyway, that is an independent clause, a very long independent clause, right? With lots of complicated, like little sophisticated things in there, but it's just one sentence. It is one thought. That these people, they bake cookies and pies and cakes. Oh, and by the way, can't we do the same thing here with our commas? Yeah, okay. Sam, Sarah, Tim, and John bake cakes, cookies, pies in the afternoons and on weekends, okay? So I edited it down a little bit. It's still much longer than Sam bakes, but it is expressing one thought, stands on its own, consists of a subject and a verb, although it is a series of subjects and a singular verb. But there you go. That's an independent clause. So I'm going to leave that right there with you. Make sure you understand it. Do some exercises on Purdue L or in your book or whatever, depending on what college you're going to and what books and material and exercises I've assigned. And then we'll be picking up next with the compound sentence. Talk to you soon. Bye.